Here's the 5 exercises that you need to get that female gaze physique. Now, a lot of guys have a lot of discourse understanding exactly what girls find attractive in a good physique. Well, I'm here to clarify that and explain exactly what they find attractive in the first place and exactly how to attain that physique at home in just a year or a couple months. Now, before you guys can get to the point of me telling you exactly what to do, you have to understand the exercises that work for which muscle groups and why those muscle groups are important in the first place, right? So let's get on to the second slide right here. What is the female gaze, right? A lot of you guys watch Sam Sulek, who else builds most online? I'll just say Sam Sulek because he's a really popular bodybuilder, and you think that is the right way to go. You think that is the right way to go about attaining your physique, and you're thinking you're gonna attract girls while doing it also. Now, I'm not saying building a Sam Sulek type of physique won't attract any type of girls at all or help you get any type of girls, but your chances of getting girls, like the amount of girls that you want to get, my guy, goes down a lot if you're trying to get a bodybuilder physique. And that's because girls are not attracted to a huge frame, a big old muscle. You look like Hulk, right? Girls are not attracted to that shit, my guy. You got to understand this shit. So what is the female gaze? First off, abs, right? Ever since we were kids, everybody knows abs is one of those things that girls are just naturally attracted to. I remember being in elementary school and girls were talking about abs. I remember trying to flex my abs during recess. You know, the girls didn't give a fuck because I didn't have abs in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I'm already getting bullied because I'm African, right? And I was trying to flex my abs. I didn't have abs. The girls didn't care. They only cared if you had abs or you were the fastest racer in elementary school. But that is not my point. Throughout life, girls have always been attracted to abs. We know this, right? Another story as well. I remember going out on we were on like a church trip or something, like to the water park. And I remember like all the girls from my church and stuff were there, the other boys as well. And my brothers were playing soccer at the time and they had really well defined abs, right? So I remember this shit so vividly. The girls kept talking about their abs for some reason. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, as a young kid, I'm thinking to myself, bro, what's the hype? What's that? Because at the time, both my brothers were playing soccer and they were lean. They were lean. They had nice muscles. They were looking nice, man. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, fuck, bro. This nigga's getting all the attention. What about me? What about me, bro? Now, no, at that time, I'm still skinny. I didn't understand that abs are just that attractive to girls for some reason, man. Abs just look good overall. Other than that, I honestly don't have an explanation for why abs are so attractive to girls in the first place, man. But abs is one of the biggest factors. Next up, biceps. If you search up on TikTok right now, biceps, abs, back or whatever, that's what girls are searching up on TikTok to see a guy with a good physique. They're not searching up, not searching up triceps or anything like that. You gotta understand when girls look at an arm, they're just thinking of biceps, if they even know the name in the first place, or just arms, right? They don't even understand that this part of the arm is the biggest part, not this part, right? The bicep isn't even the biggest part. They don't even know that triceps is the biggest part. So we gotta understand here that getting the big arms is also really important. But I'm gonna say this again. Do not build them too far. Do not get to the point where you're looking like a guy like Sam Sulek, right? Where you're just looking tragically terrible. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm gonna put more details into that as well. But yes, next up would be your biceps, your arms, whatever, right? You also want to build triceps as well because it helps your arm be big overall. That's really important, right? But yes, arms is also really important here. Next up will be your chest. I know she's covering this guy's chest right here for the photo that I put in here, but your chest is also really important as well. Honestly, I don't understand why chest is like deemed to be such a big thing. I have a really good chest myself, but apparently girls really like chest. Like it's an insane phenomenon to me. But chest is really important here, right? And I don't have anything else to say about chest other than the fact that it's really important. Girls seem to like it for some reason. So building your chest is very important. We already know this, right? But next up, this is the final boss. The final boss. I talk about this in almost every single video I make. Not even almost. I talk about this in every video I make, as a matter of fact. Dude, your proportions, right? What's the first thing you see in the guys that I put in this photo right here? What's the same thing that both of them have? They have really good proportions. They have that V-shaped body, right? Look at this guy's shoulders to his waist ratio, right? Do you see what that naturally creates? That naturally creates something called the V taper, right? And to get your proportions, right, you have to build your back. It's one of those things that you have to build to get your proportions. And girls are also really attracted to a well built back, believe it or not, bro. This is one of the biggest things, one of these the biggest factors. And I'm so glad that I have naturally just, I've always kind of had a natural good back genetics. So I never really struggled in this area, even growing up in the first place. So the last thing would be your back, guys. Really important factor here. Your back is really important for not only your proportions, but it just makes you look good, bro. Just having that masculine back when you're walking, you can just see the muscles in there, the muscle tendons just moving as you're moving your arms and shit. That shit it looks good, bro. It's attractive, honestly, and it's just peak. It's just peak. Like, let's be honest here. Let's go on to my 1 year transformation at home, so you guys don't think I'm yapping here and I'm just bullshitting with you. I am being full and honest here when I'm telling you that I dead ass built a aesthetic female gaze physique at home in just a year. You can even do this. You can even do this in a matter of months if you skip the mistakes I made and just follow the guys that I am about to tell you in this video, right? When I first started working out, I looked mostly like this. Actually, this is like 5 days into working out at home, because you can see me, I'm sweating here. I'm pretty sure I was working out at this point. I started working out. I'm trying to flex my abs and shit. It's not really there. I have a 4 abs. Shit is looking tragic at the time. But yes, I was trying to flex my abs. My arms were way smaller. My shoulders were way smaller. Everything was smaller than on me, man. My chest was way smaller. My back was probably looking tragic as well. One thing that I do wish I did back then was take a photo of my back so you guys can get a good comparison to see exactly how crazy my transformation has been over a year and a couple months, man. It's insane. But look at me now. Right, this is a recent photo from just like 3 months ago, 3 to 4 months ago. I'm way bigger now, but as you can see, my chest is more built, my abs are more defined, my biceps and triceps are way bigger. You can't really see in this photo. There goes my triceps right here. Actually, my triceps are way bigger, my biceps are way bigger as well. Everything on me is way bigger, right? Even right here, even my shoulders. And one of the biggest criteria, like I always say, is your proportions. Look at how good my proportions are. Let me erase all of this so you guys can really see. Look how good my proportions are now, right? If I were to draw my proportions at this point, I had the trash can proportions. That's something I always call trash proportions, the trash can proportions. You can literally draw it. That's why I started calling it that. But now I did have that V shape. Right, then I have that V-shaped proportion. Even you can even see it in my back as well. That V-shaped proportion, like you can literally draw it in my back, bro. Like that's how insane my physique is now, man. But yes, like proportions are very important. My waist is smaller now due to that fact as well. But yes, let's go ahead and move on. I know you guys are probably tired of me yapping about what the female gaze is. You probably already understand this now. So let's move on to the first thing that's gonna help you gain that female gaze physique. Right, first is pull-ups. Right, I didn't like pull-ups at first. I'm gonna be honest with you guys here, man. If you watch a lot of my old videos, I was hating on pull-ups, and that's due to the fact that I went on to build a already pretty good female gaze physique without doing pull-ups in the first place. So if you do want to skip pull-ups, I wouldn't tell you not to not skip pull-ups, right? I would actually kind of encourage it, because if you're trying to build this physique as fast as you can, you got to skip some workouts, right? If you're trying to build this as fast as you can, you got to skip some workouts like I did. But if you want to go ahead and just go full in depth and do everything all at once, then still do pull-ups. There's nothing wrong here, right? Obviously, still do pull-ups later on because you're gonna start having problems with your back or some shit like that. But start doing pull-ups later on, but you don't need to do it starting off. But here's what pull-ups does for you. Your pull-ups build your lats. Right now, what's the lats? What's the lats muscles? Yeah, now we're getting in depth into the stuff that the average person doesn't even know about. Right, your lat muscle is your back muscle. Right, it's the back muscle that basically makes your physique look wider. Right, and the good part here is due to the fact that it's making your upper body wider, it is making your waist look smaller. Really important factor here, right? I always talk about proportions. Why do I talk about proportions? For some reason, that is just the best physique. We all know this. If we look at a superhero's silhouettes in their suit, what do we first look at, right? What do our brains naturally pick up? Even on a normal average person, is their proportions well? Do their proportions look good? Right? Is our brain just naturally picks this stuff up. If you think the average girl isn't picking this stuff up as well, I have bad news for you, my guy. The truth is, we all do this as human beings. When we see a physique, we naturally look at the proportions. Is the stomach too big? Is the waist too wide? Is the shoulders too narrow? If something looks off, our brains are gonna pick up on that, right? Automatically. So if you're trying to get that right proportions, lats are very important. Now, what do I do for pull-ups? For pull-ups, I do 5 sets of 5, and then I progressive overload over time until I got to 5 sets of 20. Now, pull-ups are gonna be very hard. It's first just like any other workout. I want you to trust in the process here and truly understand that you will get stronger over time. You will notice your body get more sore, but it does get easier. I promise you, it does get easier. Let's get on to the second workout here. Push-ups. Now, remember guys, remember I just told you that I wasn't doing any type of pull-ups before. This is what my physique looked like when I was just doing pull-ups, bro. I had already attained the female gaze physique just by doing push-ups, right? Granted, I was doing curls as well at this time, but push-ups, curls, stuff like that, and all the factors that I'm not gonna tell you yet is what's gonna help you get that female gaze physique, right? The reason why I add this physique is because your push-ups, believe it or not, right? Believe it, like it's crazy. I didn't even know this until I started spending push-ups. Your push-ups can build your fucking delts. If you don't know what your delts are, they are your shoulders. What? What? Oh my God, I can't believe this, right? Ever since I was younger, everybody always said your push-ups build your chest. Nobody ever told me your push-ups can build your shoulders. Nobody ever told me this shit. Bro, it's crazy. I don't understand how this shit is not talked about more. Your shoulders is one of the biggest factors to having that good proportion in the first place. So the fact that you can do push-ups at home, one of the most bro, this shit benefits you so much. You can do push-ups at home, bro. Automatically, you're better than 99% of other men's physique out there. Just because of that. You have a female gaze physique just because you do push-ups that build your shoulders. Automatically, you have the V taper. I wasn't building my lats at this time, bro. At all. I wasn't building my lats at this time. And some of you guys are probably thinking, oh, but you just said you always had a good back. Well, I'm about to prove you wrong later in this video when I show you an old photo of me of what I looked like. Wait, actually, I did have an old photo right here. But honestly, you could still argue that my arms are a little closer. You can't really see my lats. So we're going to wait till we get to that other photo, man. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, but you always had a good back, bro. Why are you telling me that I should build lats? You freaking dimwits, dude. I'm telling you, my lats were fucked. Like when I tell you I had no lats at this time. If I tried to flex, bro, that was like the one weakness. You could notice that I didn't have lats. But the average girl doesn't even know what lats are, bro. You think the average girl is thinking about, oh, his lats are so small, man. I don't like that. Dude, you think to yourself right now, like actually think to yourself, you think the average girl or the average person know what lats are? So automatically, you gotta understand that push-ups will always be overpowered. Now, everybody already knows your push-ups will build your chest. Before I even talk about chest, look at how good my shoulders are, bro. Just from push-ups. This is proof in the pudding right here. Literal proof in the pudding. Anyways, but yes, as we all know, push-ups will build your chest. Chest is very important. I have nothing more to say about chest. We all know chest looks good. If you can do this, I think you guys can see it. I hope so. But you can start doing that. Girls seem to like it. My girls seem to like it. So hey, building your chest is very important, right? Now, the thing is, like I said again, your push-ups will prioritize creating that broad upper body, as you can see in this photo. Your push-ups will, but you're probably thinking to yourself, how the fuck are you doing shoulder push-ups? How are you doing this? Invest in a push-up board. I can't say this enough. It is better than investing in that $18 per month or $20 per month gym membership, bro. Invest in a push-up board. Once you get a push-up board, everything gets easier. Your life gets easier, my guy. So once you get a push-up board, you can target every muscle group on your upper body, but your back. Interesting fact, by the way, your push-up can work your back just a tiny bit, not a lot. But once you get a push-up board, basically what you have to do is 2 sets of 5. Same thing, progressive overload until you get to 2 sets of 20 here. Now, once that gets too easy, that's when you want to start adding weights, right? Once that gets too easy, it's like, fuck, man, what else can I do? Like, at this point, I'm just too good at everything, you know? So you just want to add weights. At that point, you're challenging yourself more and you're building even more muscle. Let's move on to the third workout here. Now, let's talk about curls. Very important factor, right? Your push-ups do not really build your biceps. Unfortunately, yes, I know, guys, push-ups can build everything. It's a wonderful workout. It builds your biceps just a tiny bit, just a winsly little tiny bit. But if you truly want to build your biceps, curls are a very important factor here, right? Mr. Diamond Jr. Unk is probably looking at me and he's like, yeah, this nigga right, man. You're not lying. You gotta realize that if you really want to build those biceps at home, you will have to invest in some equipment. If you can't buy a curl bar or get one of these, what the fuck do you call these things again? I don't use them, so I kind of forgot what they're called. If you can't get one of these, get a backpack, man. Put a bunch of weights in there, and you want to do exactly what I am about to tell you step by step. For curls, bro, curls is one of those workouts that's really gonna get you, bro. It's really gonna get you. If you want big old arms, you want big old biceps like this, my boy, it's really gonna get you, bro. So we got 5x. Yes, I know. Listen, though. Listen, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's gonna be hard at first, but it is worth it. If you want to get girls, my guy, it is absolutely worth it, bro. So 5x of 5, man. Right? At first, that's pretty easy. Honestly, that's Wimsley shit. If you can't do that as a man, kind of disappointing in you. But we're all here to improve, so I'm not really gonna judge you too much, bro. I'm not gonna judge you too much. Over time, you want to get to 5x of 30, bro. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's what I'm gonna tell you to do as well, bro. Yes, 5x of 30, man. I know that sounds insane. That's about 100 and something curls, dude. I understand. I understand that's insane. Probably thinking to yourself like, what the fuck, this guy's crazy. Dude, you gotta understand that a lot of this shit takes work, man. A lot of this shit takes work. If you're not willing to work for this shit, bro, I honestly don't know what to tell you. But yes, that's honestly all you need for curls. If you want those big biceps, if you want to be looking good in the mirror, that's what you're gonna need. Now let's move on to abs, right? A very important factor here. We all know abs is very important for the female gaze. Now, what gets you abs in the first place? Wait, before we talk about abs, you guys can see in this photo, my back is ass. But fuck it, let's go back to abs, man. Abs, right? Dude, you do understand that abs are really easy for guys like us. We're already skinny, right? They have a fast metabolism. Our body just isn't really conditioned for that athletic, good female gaze physique yet. We haven't reached our potential. So our abs is eating under a layer of something called fat, right? Something called fat. To burn that fat, you're going to have to do something called cardio. Something that you're probably going to eat at first, especially if you're playing any type of sport and your coach is telling you, you guys are running a mile today, or you guys are running up and down the court. I used to fucking hate cardio when I used to play basketball. Interesting fact here. I played basketball like my junior year of high school. I was ass as fuck. I was doo-doo. the coach would make us run and shit. My stamina was so ass. That shit gave me such a bad experience with cardio. I never wanted to do that shit again. A lot of you guys have trauma with cardio, and I want you to get back bonding with cardio again. You gotta understand that cardio is your best friend here when it comes to building the female gaze physique, because we all know this. Lean is law. Look at my transformation before I was doing cardio versus when I started getting consistent with cardio, or was consistent with cardio, right? Look at the difference between my waist. You can see the difference between how my veins show in my body. All of that. You can understand this is all due to cardio. The cardio has the blood pumping more in my body. My muscles are more defined now. You can see my abs more now. Just due to cardio, man. Cardio alone will get your abs more visible, right? Your abs are only eating under a layer of fat. That's what we gotta understand here, guys. At the end of the day, abs is just under, everybody has abs, right? It's just eaten by a layer of fat. At the end of the day, what you need to do is cardio. Now, how do I do cardio? I have a pretty kind of large backyard, right? So what I personally do is run 35 minutes in my backyard. You guys have probably seen some videos about me talking about running in my backyard. Interesting fact, by the way, my first time ever going viral on TikTok, 300K views, was me literally running in my backyard talking about how important cardio is, right? And if you don't have a pretty good large backyard, dude, invest in a treadmill or just run around your neighborhood. For that, I highly recommend just a mile. You don't need anything more than that. You're already most likely skinny and have a fast metabolism. That's all you need. Honestly, that's all you need to get more lean and get your abs showing. Now, how do you get your abs even more defined, right? Just sit-ups. Simply, this is the last workout for everything. Just simply sit-ups. For sit-ups, I highly recommend starting with 5x of 5. Moving up to, you can do 5x of 20 here, man. And that's honestly it, bro. I could yap more about this, but that's really the whole guide, man. If you want more of an intricate step-by-step guide, check the bio of this. Did I just say bio? I mean, take the description or this video, or just check the comment section as well, man. Life is about finding yourself, then creating yourself. Love y'all boys, man. Peace out.